Attack on Titan Season 4, Episode 9. You got some Eren fan service for the thirsty fans. So what's up guys, Foxen here. The new Attack on Titan Paradise Island arc begins. Are you ready to fight and fight Eren? So go ahead and blast that like, just like Gabby would. Ring the bell and let's jump into this. Episode 9 titled Brave Volunteers. Kicking this off with Armin the narrator. Ooh, really getting Attack on Titan Season 1 vibes. Do notice the shell. That is the same one that Armin picked up at the end of Attack on Titan Season 3. So let's go back in time 3 years ago. Interesting that the anime is being super explicit about it. Seeing how many anime-only people were confused on the first episode, it might have been a good idea starting off like this. So time for the fun flashback with Yelena and friends. This was the first survey ship that Marley sent over to the island, right after Levi gave Zeke some Ackerman PTSD. Is that the Marley Titanic? Everyone's so buff lifting that. So what is heavier, this Marley ship or that convenient boulder plug in the Trost arc? You gotta love them referencing Titan Eren as a devil. I'm actually so glad to see the fun Hanji back, giving these bastards a warm welcome. Anyone up for some biscuits and tea? So polite. For a newcomer this episode, Niccolo. Notice this guy even threatened by Levi, no good. Niccolo has more balls than those season 3 guys. I freaking love the crazy Hanji in full effect. But even this Marley leader, the guy was still talking crap with Eren's Titan ass behind him. Talking about the devil, finally got those green glowing gems again. Where were those in the Warhammer Titan fight? Holy crap, even Hanji screeched here. Notice Potato Girl Sasha already over here. She has Hanji's back. You know Yelena was just waiting for this. This is mutiny. Gotta show that drip. So it turns out Yelena always wanted to meet Eren. Is that a Titan in your pocket, or are you just happy to see him? Aw, Sasha falling asleep. Stop playing with my Kokoro Mappa. And it does feel like Sasha and Mikasa have this sister thing going on. Naturally, Mikasa being the Onesan. Notice Armin being so happy-go-lucky here. Thank goodness they were so kind enough to share some info. Do you think they want to sing Kumbaya? On the flip side, Eren not happy one bit. Eren does realize Marvin could come knocking whenever they want. Then for Hanji, what the hell are you doing? Talk about being the crazy lady. But do notice a gun. It is similar to what the Survey Corps use in the current day with the upgraded 3D maneuver gear. Getting into Yelena spilling the tea. How big is Marley? 1 million soldiers ready for Marley alone. Plus 21 battleships. The cherry on top, upcoming aerial capabilities. Imagine what that would amount to with the world combined forces. Let's hope nothing pushes the world to ally together. And just to put that 1 million soldiers into perspective, after Paradise Island lost Wall Maria, plus the operation that the government did to supposedly reclaim it, they should have been down to 1 million people. So Marley, do you even need Titans? Next up, Levi and Hanji, longtime buddies playing tag team here. Did they just bring up out loud being scared? Hanji looks like she's about to wet herself. Getting into a major reveal about Marley, really about their complete incompetence, which has been hinted in the earlier episodes. Recall Marley sending all the Eldians as Titans over to the island. They've been doing that for decades. They had so many Titans they could just do dance-offs. That brilliant strategy has come back to bite Marley in the ass. Attack on Titan Season 2 revealed Colossal Titans were protecting humanity from Titans. Season 4 has now revealed that those hangry Titans were actually protecting Paradise Island from Marley. So how do you like them apples? Yeah, about those Titans. They're gone. Wiped out by the end of Season 3. Levi's like, so funny, I could just die. Dude, you look like me this morning. You need some sleep, buddy. For the second major reason, one that you got a taste of from the first episode of Season 4, Marley has been super busy in wars with other nations. Marley, however, had won by the end of Episode 1, which is part of the reason they were trying to rally the nations together to do an attack on Paradise Island. Right here, notice major credit to Levi and the Survey Corps. In a way, they actually can thank their past hard work. The only reason other nations tried to storm Marley was due to them finding out they lost so many Titans, the Colossal Titan and Female Titan. You know who to thank for that. Yelena does bring out how Marley does have tons of enemies, which really goes back to Marley being too greedy, playing colonizer with their Titan powers. Getting into info about Yelena and friends. Turns out they're all from nations that Marley has conquered. It is interesting to notice how Marley has treated them somewhat similar to Eldians. Oh, let's throw in these people we conquered into Marley's military. What could possibly go wrong? As for Princess Yelena, she likes them big boys. Yelena bows to the thick and hairy. That face says it all. You know she's just a thirsty furry. I was waiting to see if I could spot the drool. So now you're getting on confirmation that they're 100% on Team Beast Titan. Their ultimate goal? To free the Eldian people, which is something that people devastated by Marley could relate to. It all goes back to the saying, The enemy of our enemy is our new Titan buddy. Unfortunately, the anime right here skipped over Zeke's conditions. This has got to come back, but let me just run down them quickly. 1. Accept Zeke and his cult, aka volunteers, onto the island. 2. Let Zeke do a Titan collab with Eren. They may even livestream it. In return, Zeke will 1. Somehow guarantee the island's safety. Provide the Survey Corps with the latest tech, including weapons and other fun goodies. 3. Introduce the scouts to nations who they could potentially become allies with. 4. Help provide intel to fight Marley. So no shocker, a tough pill to swallow all around, especially with the latest Beast Titan toss-up fresh in their minds. You had Commander Erwin plus all of the scouts except for 9 being wiped out. Even further back in Attack on Titan Season 2, you had the Beast Titan having a fun Titan parade with the people. So hey, how's it going, Astoria? Zachary, how's your kinky toy? You even have the lovely drunk bastard under Mappa. As for Zeke, supposedly claims to have a secret plan, one requiring a founding Titan and Royal Blood Titan. Recall the foreshadowing from Season 2? Back when Eren punched the Zeke's Titan mama. And then further foreshadowing back in Attack on Titan Season 3 near the end, you had Eren's theory about him being a Royal Blood Titan. So it looks like Eren does have a plan, ultimately a way to sidestep that peace vow left by the Eldian King for future founding Titans. 3 years back, why not use the Colossal Titans to give Marley a grim reminder? Send the threat of millions of Titans as payback. As to why Eren stayed quiet for so long. First of all, Eren wasn't sure. It was a theory. And more important, Eren thought that the government guys might have forced Queen Astoria into becoming a Titan for this plan to work. Which would have meant technically they don't need Zeke. Just make Astoria into a Titan Queen. All of the debating and fighting right here really shows how desperate the Survey Corps and Island are. They're so far behind the rest of the world. Plus, up until this point, they had no allies. So, wireless communication, you say? What is this black witch magic? You gotta love how Yelena moves fast. She's been waiting for this moment her entire life. I summoned the Colossal Titan in attack mode. Lucky for you guys, you weren't vaporized by that nuke. So hell yeah, your ship just got jacked. In present day, they got a blimp. All they need is a plane. Did you notice Levi taking the dude's piss line and tossed it right back at them? I was wondering why Armin's Colossal Titan looks so shriveled up here. What happened, Armin? That is not a way to intimidate. In this next scene, I will point out how the anime skipped over lines here. You can actually see them going over the plan to build the port, trying to get the island presentable for potential guests. Then for Sasha, Mr. Why are you black? Oh, so innocent. But you don't just ask that. Sasha is about to be cancelled by Twitter. Leave her alone, she's already passed on. Onyankopon does give an interesting answer. Supposedly a creator, saying let's make the world more interesting. With the mention of a creator, I'm going to assume that there's various religions in this world, similar to ours. On the flip side, you should notice there should have been something absent within the walls, likely due to the founding Titan family killing that off. Although you did see wall worshippers, and even Titan worshippers in the Attack on Titan prequel. Even more interesting right here, you had the guy crediting a god as to why Eldians and the founding Titan existed. This really should speak volumes, potentially other people in the world also having the same mindset. That said, I will point out he looks like he said too much, almost like he's unsure, like maybe we should have that conversation a different time. Next up, a seafood buffet. Oh yeah, these guys were caged up for the longest. I don't really recall, but they should have had fish in there. I'm guessing no lobster or shrimp. You should notice how they got their Marley prisoner Niccolo cooking. Is that really the best idea? It would be a super easy way to mess with their food. How do you like that, Eldian bastards? Here's a one-way trip to the toilet. Holy crap, Sasha is back to going crazy. She loves that prison food. Don't you guys feed this girl? She's like 1 second away from her clothes popping off. Still, it was nice to see her in tears. I don't think I've ever cried eating food before. Ooh, Niccolo. Why are you getting so flustered? Next up, Eren practicing his aim. So the port is almost done at this point. It seems like they're moving super quickly to get that done. You gotta give it up to Hanji sweet talking the Marley engineers. From one scientist to another. Come on guys, how about building us some trains and railroads? Right here, you are getting a feel of Armin's point of view. We can all talk it out, understand each other, maybe even open up the island for tourism. For some Zeke info, his timeline. At this point, the guy had 3 years left. It does seem like most people already at this point accepted Zeke's plan, which essentially meant threatening the world with their nuke option. Don't mess with our island or you're gonna get some Colossal Titans knocking. For Armin here, this is where you start seeing him either too optimistic or terribly naive. Can't we just talk, guys? On the opposite end of things, Eren does realize their harsh reality. The world already sees them as monsters. They're all terrible devils, and no amount of talking is going to change anyone's mind. As someone looking in, Armin's idea may have worked with time. But unfortunately, time is something they just don't got. Almost ironic to see that Eren's choice to ally with Zeke was to buy them more time. So let me know, who do you side with here? Eren's fight, strike first mentality? Or Armin wanting to play the Boruto's dad card? Let's go to Morley and activate the Talk no Jutsu. What an amazing framing shot. Isayama is telling you that Eren is directly responsible for Sasha dying, although really not being subtle whatsoever. So getting back to present day, you have Armin reflecting throughout this, claiming that he no longer understands his best Titan buddy. Sorry Armin, time to find a new shoulder to cry on. Ooh la la, Eren soaking wet. You're not the only one, buddy. Getting into the mid-info card. First off, the 32 ship number is back for the anime. Bingo, called it. Turns out almost 5,000 soldiers were lost for Marley over 3 years. As expected of Marley. You even have an exact year for the Eldian calendar, 851. Next up, getting into the feels. Mikasa mourning at Sasha's grave. I do wish you were able to see more of the group over the various flashbacks. Come on, Mappa, give us more anime original content. Perhaps more than anything this episode, seeing Niccolo frustrated over Sasha opened up that wound for me. Poor dude, his lover is gone from this cruel world. Come on, I wasn't the only one tearing up here, was I? I do like how Niccolo goes over how ridiculous the whole situation with Gabby sneaking in was. Coney and Jean should have done something. At the end of the day, so many things were at fault. So just another rainy damn day of this episode. Coney's other half got snapped into the wind. Oh come on, Sasha's parents too? How much salt are you gonna be rubbing into the wound? Notice you even got the little girl that Sasha saved. Turns out Sasha's parents took her in. Would you look at that, are Marley Guy and Eldians getting along? Perhaps Armin was right. But you're paying, right dude, for the food? I could see where Sasha got her charm. Next up, one Ackerman and a monkey in a carriage. So much juicy tension in the air. I could imagine Levi every hour just bringing up all the ways he's gonna slice Zeke's ass again. So close to your promise, Levi, yet so far. Notice they are keeping Zeke away from his little bro. You're going to a fine hotel, one run by Zachary and his lovely chair. Levi, can you stop staring? You're gonna make me blush. Switching to Yelena and friends. Ooh, so they brought so much Titan juice as a gift. Plus 100 Titan injections. But hey, if you think about it, they did have some of this stuff on the blimp. You could have had a potato Titan running around eating everything right now. Unfortunately for the Trouble in Paradise, Yelena and friends have been helping out for years and years, but now they're getting locked up. With the Beast Titan returning to the island, they don't want to take any chances. How fast do allies become enemies? Talking about the monkey, they actually put Zeke in the Titan Tree Forest. What better place for Chef Levi to make some Beast Titan steaks? You got home field advantage right here. As for the two little brats, Gabby and Falco locked up in a jail. Falco's really just rethinking this whole crush thing. Was it a good idea keeping them together? Gabby just has that crazy look in her eye, set on Mr. Freedom. Getting back to Armin reflecting on their upgraded Grim reminder. Interesting to notice that he thinks they're no better than the warriors were. So many people had to die with the port being destroyed, otherwise Marley would have been counterattacking right now. Hey, blonde girl Annie, still on ice. Did your hair grow? Looks like Armin has been sweet talking to his blonde crush. Hopefully Annie has been in a deep slumber, otherwise she might have heard Armin moaning. As for Mikasa at Sasha's grave, did you notice the line here? She's repeating that Eren's live on line from season 1. Likewise, Eren is also repeating that in the jail. Fight, fight. So Hobo Eren is no more. Eren's now sporting that Tyber-inspired look. So people were bitching about Hobo Eren, him looking super old. But how do you like him now? Mr. Freedom Apps is about to take all of Levi's fangirls and all of the boys. I do wish they held this Eren scene a little longer. Either way, let me know, what did you think about this episode, especially after the attack on Marley? Did anyone else tear up seeing Potato Girl Sasha again, her being happy? This is one of those classic recovery anime episodes after so much action and fighting. You're now slowly getting info and backstory as to what happened over the time skip. More flashbacks and events to come, especially regarding what pushed Eren to keep on moving forward. Which means the Paradise Island arc has officially been kicked off. I was wondering how the anime would handle this introduction. Would it just speed through giving you an info dump with 2 chapters? It looks like the anime did the opposite. A much slower pace, which I really enjoyed. On that note, it does bring up the question about how the pacing will be going forward. The stopping point for these first 16 episodes may be closer than you previously expected. I'm going to touch on this in the manga comparison video. Episode 8 for that is now up, check it out. Find out how the manga improved on a heart-crushing episode. You should also check out my redo of Healer video now up. Most Attack on Titan fans will not be able to handle that anime. And a thank you to Bookwalker for sponsoring. Definitely check them out for all manga and light novels for anime airing this winter season. You can use my code FOXN and get a sweet $5 discount, which is usable on any book like Attack on Titan. Check them out via the link below. But anyway, post your thoughts on this episode or just say hi. Are you liking Eren's new look? No more hobo Eren. Are you siding with Team Armin or Team Jaeger's plan? I do wonder how people are going to be split. Definitely subscribe so YouTube sends you new videos. Watch my fresh video on the super dark fantasy with hugs. And I'll see you guys later.